The typical definition of gamification is it's using game design elements in a non-game context. I would add to that this is an empathy-based process. I have to feel basically with the player what the player is motivated and interested in, which is a dramatic shift from the past. In the past I was looking at the user, how can I simplify the task or the work that the user has so that there's less errors, that it's simpler, etc. But I never asked the question, why is the user actually interested in that? Should they be interested? And if they are interested, actually they do a lot of more work. So it's empathy-based, and we create what we call gameful affordances, which means we give them a gameful experience. We cannot make them play a game, but we can lower the barriers so that they enter a gameful state. Managers often think gamification is just about playing games, so that people start playing games and it doesn't really help solve a problem. But that's actually what we have to look at. Does it solve a problem? What is the thing that we try to solve? Typically, we try to, with gamification, change behaviors. Like people are not filling out enough forms, or they're not doing the time reporting in a timely manner. That's what we try to do. And we use game design elements in here that help us do that. Now, how effective is that? And that is the question always for the management. Does it help me make more money, or have a higher ROI, or get more tickets solved within a certain period? And there's a lot of evidence with examples where before and after gamification screenshots, basically, you see how much more effective and faster people were doing that stuff, how much more information they shared, how they had, increased the ROI by selling more, for example, or being faster in closing tickets and thus saving time and making the customers happy. Because managers often think they're not affected by that because they're not playing games, so why would it work for them? It's not working for anyone. Then I always point out at gamified systems that they've been using in the past, such as LinkedIn or Amazon or Facebook, or the loyalty program on the frequent flyer airplane that they use. And then they figure out, oh my god, I fill out more of my profile on LinkedIn because of this stupid profile completeness bar. And that helps them to convince that this is actually a very good thing. Well, number one is certainly give the users in such a community feedback of how they are doing. So give them feedback on whatever they are doing. And this could be, for example, through points, but make not points the main thing. Points are just a measure that help us to see how good we are in the community. The second one is give the players a guidance of how they can use the community. At the beginning, often new members are lost. They don't know what to do. They often violate rules because they just don't know them, not because they want to violate rules, but they just don't want to. They get bashed by the older community members. So give them a guidance through missions, do this, do that, to get a little bit started and understand the community better. And then once the other, they feel more that they are in a progress path. The third one is, don't look at communities just as for something like the contributor. The contributor is the only person that I have to take care of. The contributor is just one part of the community. You may want to have sheriff, people who are enforcing rules, policing the forums. You have potentially the moderators, the administrators. You have people who may translate content. So these are in a multilingual community. This is often necessary to translate it, so also reward them and give them a career path. You may have people who are teaching, who may not be the original contributors of material, but can take existing material and cut it down to a teachable form. So you have teachers who can really help bring those people on, and then bring in reward and look at users also who are not the contributors, but who are just learning, who are reading, so that you engage them as well, because they're equally important. They may, for example, spread the news. They find good articles, so talk about that to others outside the community and bring new people in. So these are the three things to consider when you look for gamification in the community.